Now, if I asked you, what do you think is required to get from this to this? You might say a lot of HIIT, a lot of dieting, heck, maybe even say, maybe some running. Now, what if I told you walking? That's right, you heard me, walking. Now, this idea of walking for fat loss was not really something that had crossed my mind until around 2019, and that's what I used to get in shape for this photo shoot. And this idea of walking for fat loss, it is not really something that crosses a lot of people's mind. I know for sure it was not something that crossed my mind, but a lot of people do not understand what it actually takes to walk for fat loss. Now, it's not as easy as just going outside and walking your dog. You see, there's a specific way that you need to do it, and that is exactly what we're covering in this video. So if you want to get lean, you want to start burning off that fat, and you're thinking, hey, walking sounds like a great way for me to do it, well, then you're in the right place. So let's jump right in. What's up, guys? Coach Eric Bowling here. Look, today, let's look at this idea of walking for fat loss. I've used it plenty of times, not only for myself, but also for clients in the past with great success. Now, a lot of you have been asking me recently in past videos, well, I'm walking and I'm doing it for health reasons. But let's look at how would you actually set up a plan if you wanted to start losing fat. Now, back in 2019, I moved to London for 3 months for work. And during that time, I had noticed, well, everyone here walks. And it was the same thing that I noticed when I went to Japan. Everyone in Japan walks. But I did notice two surprisingly different things. While people in Japan are walking around 10 to 15,000 steps per day on average, what I found is people in the UK were walking just as many steps. And I think it's pretty interesting that the body composition of both parties were completely different. The clients that I was seeing in the UK, well, I had noticed, well, they looked a lot similar to Americans. You know, they were still overweight, but their step count was like 3 times higher than the average American. Now, I haven't really trained clients in Japan, but when I did go there, I didn't really see anyone who was overweight. And this really got me thinking about this whole idea. People in the UK are walking just as much as people in places like Japan. Well, why is the body composition so different? And then when you look at the US, you'd be surprised to find out that the average step count is very, very low. In fact, here's the number. And so now, as you can see, I don't really think it's just the step count that counts. At the end of the day, the thing that you guys have to focus on is how you are getting those steps. And the first time this crossed my mind was really when I was late for work one day. So I had to go meet some clients and I was late for the tube, as they call it in the UK. And so I had to power walk my way there. And as I was power walking, what I noticed was I am drenched in sweat, man. It is like 28 degrees outside. It's sprinkling and I am boiling hot, right? I am hot. I am sweating. And this is the whole idea, right? At the end of the day, if you want to lose fat, the method that you use has to be challenging. There's no way around it, guys. So if you guys are just casually getting your steps over the course of the day, well, I mean, I think that's great, right? It's increasing your total levels of activity and it's doing a lot for you, but I don't think it's really going to be helping you and assisting with fat loss. So this is the thing that I really want you guys to get your head around. If you guys want to start using walking as a tool for fat loss, you've got to sweat. Now, I think the great way that you guys can implement walking into your daily routine is pretty simple. We're going to break it up into 3 steps. So number 1, let's say you get a pet, right? Let's say you don't have a dog right now, go get a dog. If you don't have a dog and you're not going to get a dog, then look, wake up a little bit earlier and go for a 15-minute brisk walk. Find a spot in your neighborhood and just go power walk to that area and then power walk back. Very quickly, very easily. You guys do that before breakfast. Then, let's say in the midday, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go for another brisk walk 10 minutes after you eat your lunch. Now, you actually be surprised, but research has shown recently that a brisk walk after you consume a meal can actually be very beneficial to help and aid with digestion. And then the last thing that you guys can do is sometime at night, okay, assuming it's not too cold where you live, you can go for a longer walk. Let's say it's 25 to 30 minutes at night. And this is going to be the way that you can get your steps in over the entire course of the day. I think using a method like this where you are breaking it up can be a little bit more effective than probably just going out in the morning for a 2-hour walk. But it's not to say that going out and just dedicating one specific time to go for a brisk walk or a power walk is gonna hurt you. That might actually be better. It just depends on what type of time you have. So the thing that I want you guys to really figure out is Okay, if I don't have the time to dedicate one specific period to just go and power walk, then I could do the other one. I could break it up over periods of time. So maybe I'm walking 3 to 4 times per day, but they're little 10 to 15-minute walks. They're just spread out throughout the course of the day. Now, I think this is such a great tool that you guys can implement, and I think the results that you'll get from something like this is amazing. And it doesn't take much. It really doesn't. It's not that big of a time commitment. There's really no money involved, right? Unless you got to pick up like a new pair of shoes or something. But you'd be surprised. You start implementing it, it's low impact. There's really no strain on the body. No gym membership required. There's nothing that you guys need to get. You just have to go out there and do it. Look, I think every single person can benefit from adding walking, not just from a health perspective, but if your goal is to start losing fat and you want to start getting in shape, you got to implement walking. It's the tool that I'm using. It's a tool that I've taught all my clients to use over time. And it's the tool that I want you guys to start using starting today. So make sure you guys leave a like, get out, start walking, but don't forget to subscribe so you guys are notified when these videos drop. And as always, guys, stay strong and I'll see you next time.